Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of
The Macam and the Man.
Yeah, we're doing well.
We are?
I was doing a bit of research actually after the last episode, and apparently Barbara Bain was a bit of a diva on set.
Right.
And she often liked to, well, she did two tricks apparently, and this is all in the IMDb trivia section, so it's bound to be bollocks. But the first was that she liked to hang around on set even when she'd finished to see her husband doing her thing, and so obviously doing his thing, and obviously she could then stick her nose in and whatever it is.
Right.
And then the other thing is that she didn't like the way something was going. She'd basically lock herself in the toilet until somebody realised.
That's a bit childish.
I know.
I mean, I think if it was you and me, I would hang around to see how you were getting on. I'd enjoy watching you do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure I'd go around looking myself in toilets.
I disagree. So
you think I would lock myself in the toilet?
And then the other thing that I found on there was that she was a ballerina in a past life, and she liked to loosen up before going on stage by doing a few gilets or whatever they call it.
As you would.
So she asked for a bar to be installed in her dressing room, and she walked in one day to find them building a bar, as in optics and pumps and...
That's so funny.
Diva power does work both ways, doesn't it? Yes, 1970s Chippy would not know what a ballet bar was, would they? No.
Can I get a bar with an optic where it just does Prosecco?
Well, if you were Barbara Bain and it was 1974, you could have got whatever you wanted by the sounds of it.
Did they have Prosecco in 1974?
That's your homework. There you go. Your homework for the next episode is to tell everybody on a sci-fi podcast all about Prosecco. Right? Okay. And Jerry Anderson, who's the guy who created the series, he basically lent them the use of a Rolls Royce for the entire time that they were in the country. And I think this took 15 months to film the first season.
That's not too shabby.
That's a long time to have a roller, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they did okay out of it, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
do you think somebody can lend us a roller for 15 months?
What, to do the podcast? For the duration of the podcast? We get to have a Rolls Royce.
But can it be an SUV roller? Do they do SUVs?
You've got so much homework already, and we're 2 minutes 30 into this podcast. I don't know. So after the fun and games of Earthbound, which, as you know, I really enjoyed and stuff like that.
I did like that. I very much stand by my 8 ranking for that.
So I made the point that I hadn't realised how much of a kicking Helena gets in the early part of this.
You did. You said she has a rough ride.
And it doesn't get much better for her in this one.
Aww,
I've got to be honest.
poor
But
Helena.
it's very, very, very spacey, metaphysical. You know,
ooh,
yes,
metaphysical,
all that sort of things as well.
Is she a little bit like, woo?
Well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, am I? So another time, another place.
Another time.
The only spoil I give you
place.
is Paul has a beard.
Paul doesn't normally have a beard.
Well, here we go.
He has a moustache.
Maybe that's the entire plot.
Paul
got a beard. 50 minutes on Paul and his beard.
So that's Carnu.
Yes, computer Carnu.
Got a name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, question.
What?
Woman there had colour on 2 sleeves.
Oh, that's the other thing I've forgotten. You know how you have a real issue with screamy, hysterical women who are completely pathetic?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to like this episode.
Oh, no. Who's she?
The screamy, hysterical, pathetic woman.
Yeah, I figured. You could tell from looking at her.
So she's called Regina.
Regina.
Uh-huh. Which means queen, yes, in Latin or Spanish or
mean
something
girls.
like that. Or mean girl, yes, yeah, mean girl. Yes. So what's happening here?
There's just the moon floating in space, and it's next to what looks like a huge cluster of stars.
Oh, no.
The moon base is tipped, everyone's fallen over.
Mm-hmm.
The moon's going behind the huge cluster. Is it like...
It's like a space warp. They like a space warp in 99.
Right.
So it's going into some sort of space warp.
And they're all falling the other way by just running across the floor.
Oh, it's a good job that all the stuff's made out of plastic, you know, their IKEA chairs and everything. Because
Yeah.
if not, that would be very impractical, wouldn't it? No, Koenig's come out of his command bunker thing, whatever he calls it.
His penis is very prevalent there.
I was reading up about the underwear that they wore.
Right.
Yes. So maybe when it's a little less ashen packed, I'll talk about Space 1999 underwear.
Okay.
Yeah. So computer Carnu now is trying to work out. Oh no!
Oh, he's being exploded on.
The computer has electrocuted him and blown up on him. Oh, It's all going on now. Everything's exploding. So the something weird's happening to the moon.
It's like loads of space dust at the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's a ethereal blue and red and orange and purple sort of rainbowy light.
The space disco's back on again, isn't it? Yeah.
Is everyone about to pass out?
They're all about to go to the toilet, something like that.
Something's going on.
Yeah, somebody's doing lap dancing there. Did you see
Well,
the man lap dancing?
Did. On the pole. He was on the pole, wasn't he?
Uh-huh. With some pound notes going in his bloody drawers later on,
In his G-string.
Uh-huh.
Well, I wouldn't know if he's wearing a G-string, yeah.
I haven't told you about the underwear, have I? No. I do feel that's the sort of thing you should talk about. But then, we are a very sort of...
underwear.
We're an equal sort of relationship, aren't we?
Yeah, why should I be the one to talk about underwear?
Exactly. So Judy's having a bit of a problem here. She's bouncing up and down. Bounce, 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 bounce.
And everyone's watching her run.
Well,
Helena's going to catch her.
Uh-huh.
Because she's running towards the funny light.
Funny light. Oh, dear me. Oh. So we're all playing the what the fuck game here.
Yeah, it's kind of dark in the control centre and there's the rainbow lights outside of the windows.
And everybody's static.
Yeah, everybody's completely still, like in a trance still.
Apart from Helena, which is weird, because Helena would be really good at being static, wouldn't she?
Yeah, and Wilcox...
Barry Moore's playing Victor Bergman.
Well, all of them are doing this sort of phase in and out of themselves thing.
Mm-hmm.
A bit like a 70s pop video.
Yes, it is, isn't it? And what's happened to the moon?
The moon is in duplicate.
Yeah, we've got 2 moons. 2 moons, 2 Helenas.
2 Johns, 2 Sandras. Yeah, I remember Sandra's name, no problem.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what did you say her name is?
Regina.
Regina,
She's
that's
Judy,
right.
Judy in real life. Judy Gleason.
I was going to say Julie, so I was close.
Yeah, close for you. Maybe that was Wilcox.
Maybe.
So we're back in the credit sequence, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
Opening credits.
Yeah.
Space 1999.
So here we are, flashy scene time. I don't know why more programs didn't do this, because it's really cool.
We are now temporarily joined by Margaret the Cat.
Okay. And so are you picking up any clues so far? You saw Paul in his beard.
I did. I saw there was a skull.
Yeah. Uh-huh. The lap dancing thing was back again, wasn't it?
I saw Regina scream.
Yeah, you're going to get a bit of that, I'm afraid.
Oh dear. I hate these stupid hysterical women.
So this is a really out there episode, but it does make sense. Not like some of the previous ones.
Right, okay.
If you pay attention, I'm not saying pay attention, by the way.
September 13th.
1999, yeah.
Was there a September 13th?
Yes, yeah, Monday. It was a Monday. Yeah.
Of course there was a September 13th. Why would there not be a September 13th? It didn't go like 12-14, did it?
Yeah, just out of respect for this, we changed the entire Gregorian calendar just to mark respect for a 70s sci-fi program.
I was thinking of Friday the 13th.
Lee, you are crazy, aren't you?
So everyone's strewn about the floor, lying down, waking up.
Yeah, so it does. This is a good one, but it is still weird.
People are starting to stand up. Commander
Koenig.
I
am going to write these down for you now.
And his penis and how stood up.
Because episode 6 out of 24. I mean, what we're going to do if you haven't got it by now?
I know Sandra, I know Helena, I know Alan.
But you haven't told people what's going on.
I know Audrey.
You haven't told people what's going on.
So Regina is unconscious on the floor and Helena and John are looking after her. Everyone else is cleaning up in the background, things that have fallen off desks and tables.
And for the 3 of you who listened to the last episode, you now know what the sleeves are all about now,
yes,
don't you?
Yes.
You can start showing off now, main mission and command, and how John gets a collar, nobody else does.
I know, I didn't notice that.
Uh-huh. So, yeah. And he gets a bit of piping. He's well in there, really.
Well, if you're getting piping, I mean...
So Victor's saying he doesn't know.
Victor Bergman.
Bergman.
Not Wilcox.
Not Wilcox. No. So Victor says, "Haven't got a clue, but the moon's moved."
He has a lot of hair for a man with no hair, doesn't he?
Well, the satin pajamas are back, but if I remember rightly, her pajamas are slightly different to the other pajamas.
Now, if they're the same, they should be powder blue.
Yeah. So Regina stroke Judy is in hospital now.
Yeah.
Because she fainted stroke collapsed in the last one.
She did. And her pyjamas look silver.
Yeah, she's got special hysterical woman space pyjamas.
Oh, no. How do they do that to Helena's hair the same every time?
Well, in season 2, it's the same but different. So
it's the same but different.
So we're going to have 48 episodes of you saying, how does she do her hair?
Yeah.
She's still alive, you know. I'm sure she'll be on Facebook or Instagram. You can email her or something.
I wouldn't want me hair like that. It's just, how do they do it?
Yep. There we are. Alan's doing the physics.
Hang on. Billions of miles in a matter of seconds have moved.
Yeah. It's usually Bergman that does the physics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So who's that with the moustache? Paul.
Moustache and beard.
Moustache Paul.
So
the beard? He's changed bald.
So the whole point of this story is, how does Paul get a beard? I think that's the plot. Okay? None of this metaphysical space warp, time dilation, whatever else. It's how does Paul get a beard?
I see.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
So Regina's walking on.
Oh, she's not happy, is she?
She's in silver pyjamas.
They're nice pyjamas, aren't they?
They do better match her eye makeup as well.
You'd wear pyjamas like that, wouldn't you?
I do.
There's a bit too much sleeve, though, isn't there?
I'm not keen on sleeves.
They're quite big sleeves. Then they've took Bergman's bell bottoms and put them on arms.
Yeah, I'm not a very big sleeve fan.
No. Mm-hmm.
But you see how her eye makeup's a very gentle silver.
Yes.
Which matches those pyjamas more than the blue.
Was it Anne or Basil that did that?
Anne.
Is it Anne? Definitely Anne.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. So we'll have to wait to the end of the episode to find out. So she thinks she's dead.
But she's not.
But she thinks she is. Yeah. I mean, all the evidence points to the fact that she's alive.
She's very pretty.
Oh yes, she was in loads of stuff, and then she's just quit acting like halfway through. I can't remember why.
This episode.
Yeah. She stands up in scene 2 and goes, "That's it for me now. I'm not acting anymore.
That's all, folks.
I'm gonna open a Starbucks franchise. Bye." You know. But yes. So she's got some sort of weird marks on her arms.
And that was obviously a waxwork arm with the cuts in it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Koenig's in his main mission playing Pong.
Someone's put a yellow folder on his desk.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Has he won? Has he got a high score? Yay! He's got a high score. Well done, John.
Oh
dear, she's got herpes or something, hasn't she?
Regina now has lacerations.
Space herpes.
Space herpes.
Oh dear. So what they're basically saying, she's got all the symptoms of sunburn.
Right. Not space herpes.
And exposure. Yeah, space herpes is just me being horrible.
You don't need to go to the sexual health clinic for sunburn.
No.
I'm not sure what they can do for herpes, but...
I'm not sure I'd want my walnut poked by Helena, I've got to be honest.
Your walnut?
Them fingers would be very stiff. Would feel that. Especially all the anger that she has towards men at the moment.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I mean, you see our point, though.
You may feel a slight sting.
Like at the hospital when they say sharp scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
They take your arm off.
Yeah. She puts the special gloves on right up to the elbow, you know.
Hanging them at the wrists.
Oh dear. I think Victor probably gets a regular prostate exam. He looks about that age, doesn't he?
Yeah, and you can almost imagine the surprised face he would pull.
Third time this week, Helena. This is really necessary. Surely by now we have a pill for this, you know.
Now I wonder what they would do in Star Trek. They would give you a pill in Star Trek.
Oh, Computer Carno's back with his ticket. Beans? How much for beans? Oh, I told that joke last time, didn't I? Sorry, people. I'll find some new material for next time.
You are consistent. You are consistent.
So Alan with his yellow sleeve and Paul with his flame sleeve.
Not orange.
No, not orange, because they've got orange as well. So they've got rust yellow, orange, and flame.
Do you think they'd branch out?
What's wrong with a green or a blue? So what's appeared on the view screen?
I didn't see. I was busy looking at you. List colours.
Well, Carnu needs to check that the picture on the screen is the Earth.
It is the Earth.
So they found Earth?
That can't be real.
They found Earth?
No.
Oh, we have to finish the podcast now.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to finish the podcast.
Oh, don't be miserable.
Well, they found Earth. That's it, isn't it? Yeah? Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, I've really enjoyed doing the podcast. I appreciate it. Join us next week when we do, I don't know, V or something like that. Yeah? Uh-huh. So they're all really happy because computer, which has been completely useless for the first 5 episodes, is telling them it's definitely Earth.
It can't be Earth.
But that computer, I wouldn't trust it. You know, if I went to the toilet and had a wee and it said I did a poo, you know, that's the sort of thing this computer would do. Yeah?
But the computer, when you ask for one name, gives you 3.
Yeah, exactly. It's been useless. You know, can we get back to the Earth? Don't know. Human decision required.
Yeah, well, thanks for that.
It's absolutely no wonder Carnu's got a full-time job.
Yeah.
They're just keeping it going. Yeah. So they're going into orbit around the Earth.
Whoa.
Woohoo! Mission accomplished.
Who needs the rest of the season?
Exactly.
Paul's obsessed.
Yeah, because they can't contact anybody on Earth. So whilst they're at the Earth, nobody's answering the call. That's how Simmons felt like in the last episode, wasn't it? You know, nobody was answering his calls either. Yeah, and he decided to smash a pirate box to find. So Victor's trying to make sense of it all.
You say Victor, I think Crumb.
Yeah, okay, because they're so similar, aren't they?
No.
Yeah, this is a Harry Potter free zone. This.
Yeah, I was going to say one's a Bulgarian Quidditch player.
Although Landau would have made a good. It's not Gandalf. Who's the wizard?
Dumbledore.
He'd have made a good Dumbledore.
You do know there's more than one wizard in Harry Potter.
Yeah, you know who I meant. Yeah, Landau would have made a really good Dumbledore.
Would he?
Yeah, he's curmudgeonly and
curmudgeonly.
Yes, he is.
Please define that for me.
Oh, him. Irascible. That's one of your words, isn't it? Yeah. So they've spun the globe. Is it one of them globes where you open the lid and it's got loads of like whiskey and
I was just going to say it's got a decanter in the middle of it. And he was sat with a bottle of rum or something. Or...
brandy.
Yeah.
So they're having a good feel of the globe, trying to work out what's going on. Yeah.
Is it really the Earth?
So Victor's basically saying that I think it's any Earth's a good Earth type thing.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
That's what he's sort of saying.
You mean...
Yeah, and her sunburn's gone down. Helena's got some magic cream.
Hasn't she?
Hope it's not the same as a prostate cream. I hope she hasn't got them mixed up. It's got a very unusual perfume, this cream.
What, a herpes cream?
Yes. Yes. Very, very, very distinctive. So Regina's like completely wacko here. So Regina's sort of, she's asking if people are back and if people are still alive and things
back
like
from
that.
Where?
Well, this is what I mean. So this is, she's just completely like gone. Either that or she's got the munchies, So she sort of thinks, her and Alan are a thing.
Are her and Alan a thing?
No.
She thinks Helena and Alan are Regina and Alan.
Regina and Alan are a thing.
Regina thinks herself and Alan are a thing.
Yeah.
I wonder what Alan will make of that.
Well, he doesn't care, does he? She's a pretty girl.
She is a pretty girl.
he'll be well happy with that.
Thanks, love. Let's go.
Yeah. I'll take care of your mental health needs. Oh dear. I want to show you why we have these massive zips. Anyway, you got his hairy chest out a couple of episodes ago. So Helena wants to come to the health thing now.
Let's see how this goes.
So you've got a woman being hysterical about she thinks she's got a phantom boyfriend, so they're going to bring the phantom boyfriend in.
And bring him in. Yeah.
Because that's what I would do. Yeah, definitely.
I think I probably wouldn't.
Okay. So I wonder how this is going to go. Oh my God.
Oh, she's not doing his portrait, is she? She's painting something.
So that's what most hospitals have, an easel.
An easel, a
Yeah.
canvas, and a bunch of paints.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah. So she's making the dough eyes to Alan. Oh, she's dropped a painting now. Oh my God. She's ran to Alan and gave him a big cuddle, hasn't she?
Oh my God, she threw her easel over and everything.
Must be serious. Oh. Oh.
Oh my God, get a grip, woman.
Helena's straight for the injection thing to calm her down. What's that? Calm the fuck down pills or
Yeah,
something.
I think what she needs it.
So she's gone up to Alan, was all happy, then all of a sudden she's going, no, 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 like that.
And we don't know why she said no. And why is she wearing high heels and her pajamas in the hospital? I mean, how weird.
High heels to painting.
Yeah, and she hasn't even got those stupid, those white anti-thrombosis stocking things they give you.
DVT.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had them on a few times. They're very attractive.
So they haven't cured space herpes, but they've cured deep vein thrombosis.
Yeah.
That's what we've established. Yeah.
They're the sort of high heels I used to wear when I was like 10.
Really? Well, that's about the right time scale then, isn't it?
Hey! Hey, I wasn't around in the 70s. Unlike some.
So Helena's trying to work this all out. I wonder what her paintings are.
Alan?
It's got to be something like that, hasn't it? Yeah. But it's not.
Oh,
So-
that's actually quite beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lovely painting of a sort of house in a field, isn't
Yeah,
it?
with daisies and the sun's out.
Definitely a bit of farming going on there.
Yeah.
But not Moonbase Alpha.
No.
And not Alan.
No.
With or without his shirt on.
I mean, I'm not sure how she would have coped if you hadn't had his shirt on.
No. Should have come on the spot, let's be honest.
Oh, Colin.
Well, you know.
Brain gutter.
It's her brain? So Victor's saying the obvious. Why don't we go and have a look?
At
The Earth.
The Earth.
Yeah. Oh, he's pursing his lips there.
He's very serious about it,
It's a
isn't
very
he?
good lip purse. I haven't quite worked that out.
I think I just look like, when people do the duck's arse.
Yeah, the lips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I think I look when I purse my lips.
You don't look as good as Victor.
Look.
Well, that's good for radio, isn't it? Look. Yeah, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to confirm that a something woman in 2024 doesn't look like a 70s space sidebird person who's dead now. Right? We've established that. That's good, isn't
good,
it?
yeah.
Oh, a sunburn thing's back again.
Oh, it is. Her face is all peeling off.
And she's going all twitchy, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
Oh.
not a happy bunny.
Oh,
Oh,
come on. This is your sort of thing, this.
There's a man
Explain
in a
this.
black robe that she can see, and he's beckoning
Well, it's
to
not a
her
man.
with his hands.
Not
No,
a
it's a
man.
woman. It's herself.
In a black shawl?
Yeah, it's herself in a black hooded robe, beckoning to herself. And she is putting her hands to her... Oh, it's now a skeleton in the shawl. And she's putting her hands to her head in distress. And it's flashing between herself and the skeleton in the shawl. And now she's running away into the darkness. And she's faced herself in a mirror.
You're very good at this.
And now she's got her hands to her head and she's screaming. She's screaming at length. And she's balling herself up into herself.
They're now in the Funfail Hall of Mirrors, aren't they?
Yeah, that's a little bit what it's like in the fun house. And she's broken a mirror with a comb thing.
I think it's more like a medical... Oh, my
And now
God.
there's somebody in the medical bay that she's hit.
Bob.
It looked like that...
Bob. Bob.
No.
It's Bob.
Kunu.
Carno. It's Bob. Bob Matthias. Oh, we've got more Comlock theft going on now, haven't we?
Yeah, so she's beat him over the head and he's unconscious and she's running away with the comb thing.
So she saw...
But she's on camera.
So she saw herself and then she saw a skeleton.
Yes.
Wonder what that represents.
That she thinks she's dead. She thought she was dead when she first woke
You're
up.
so good at this. You really are.
I am good.
There's one episode towards the end called The Troubled Spirit. and you're going to ace that. You're going to do that in like 3 minutes. We're going to watch the first 3 minutes of that, and you're just going to go, sorted.
Done it.
And we're just going to talk about, I don't know, cheese for the rest of the episode.
Yes. Oh, maybe we should have cheese and crackers out.
So now she's got a gun now.
She's beat somebody else around the head with
purple
a purple sleeve.
Which means...
10 seconds.
Oh, nuclear reactor.
No, security.
Security, that's right.
Nuclear reactor. So she's got a commie thing and she's got a gun.
You can forgive me for saying nuclear reactor.
Mm-hmm.
We've recently watched Chernobyl. We've watched Fukushima.
Excuse me. Same to you. So anyway, so they've confirmed that the moon is in Earth orbit, but Regina's now gone into main mission where everybody is, and she's wielding a gun, and she's definitely not all there, is she?
No, she's not.
No. Yeah, she definitely needs help.
Well, she's asking for help, but she stayed where she was.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the stun guns?
The stun guns look like, those single hole punches.
Yes.
They look like them.
Yeah. I used to make them out of Lego.
Oh, did you?
After I watched this as a kid, I used to get my Lego out and I'd make the spaceships and the stun guns. Because you could make them, you see. Because you get it's got 4 knobs on the end of the stun guns. You see. And you could put like a green piece and a red piece and a yellow piece or whatever.
Oh, she's hugging Alan again now. It's all about Alan.
It is. Do you have any Australian in your pet?
She's saying to him that she knew he didn't die. And she's really dramatically dropping out. And she's got a silver filling in her upper teeth.
Mm-hmm.
She's collapsed. Her breast is very prominent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's dead now.
I don't think she's dead. I think she's just dramatic.
Oh, okay. Sorry, how many times have you seen this?
None.
She's definitely not dead.
I don't think she's dead.
All right. Okay. Fine. There's Tanya. What do you call it? Audrey.
Audrey, yeah.
Audrey. Oh dear. So John is now pacing around his moodily lit command room.
His table there reminds me, if you go to the Clarence beauty counter in Phoenix or another big department store, Harvey Nicks or whatever, wherever you're from.
Yeah.
And they set out a bunch of products that they think are right for you before they do testers and things on your skin.
Yeah.
That's what that looks like with all the lovely bottles.
Okay. Right. Maybe that's what he was doing. Maybe his skin's a bit dry and the moon air is making him a bit chapped.
Oh, I really fancy a nice one of them sessions now.
Do you? Oh, well. So Victor's saying it's not quite the Earth that they knew. That there's something wrong with the climate.
Okay.
So he's pointing to a map of obviously America, because America's the only place on Earth.
Yeah, obviously, and right down into Mexico and what have you.
So it's all bluey coloured, but then there's a bit that's okay. It says Santa Maria, California.
I was going to say California's green on the map.
So they reckon that's the only place on Earth that's habitable now.
Like the Carolinas across to the centre were a little bit darker.
You know what's really funny though? It's always the first place to go in disaster movies because it's on the San Andreas Fault. So as soon as something goes wrong, it's California that hits the bullet first, isn't it? So anyway, so Victor's got yet another medical scan, and she's got 2 brains. They are 2 brains. How do you fit 2 brains into a skull?
And this is... Don't tell me her name because I'm going to remember it.
Who's Helena?
No, and I said don't tell me.
Well, I don't know who you mean.
The blonde girl.
The one that's dead?
Yeah, she's not dead.
Okay.
Or is she dead?
So anyway, there's a bit of plot there.
It's 2 Earths.
No.
There's another moon.
Yes. So they've gone into orbit around the Earth, but there's also another moon.
So is it a second Earth, which still has its moon?
Well, we'll have to find out. You're getting close. You're getting close.
That sounds familiar. It should. It's our own navigation signal.
It's their what signal?
Their own signal. So they're detecting a signal from the other moon base.
Oh, so there's a second. So there's them, but on the other moon as well.
Not quite. Not quite. You have to watch the episode, but you're getting very close.
Okay.
Yes, you're getting very, very close. Yeah. So Yeah, so they're finally, after what, nearly half an hour, going to go down to Earth. You know? All that procrastination with maps of California.
Yeah.
You know?
So the landing pad is orange.
Mhm.
The windows of the Eagle space shuttle are orange.
Orange, yes. Oh, they've missed the Earth. They've gone past it.
I know, they're going to the moon.
They're going to. Why are they going to the other moon?
Well, to find out why there's a signal, of course.
But they should be going to Earth because the whole point is they found Earth and something doesn't quite. Oh, dearie me.
Well, Colin, you should have been the writer for this.
Yeah.
They'll have to walk.
Oh, they're not going to do the stupid shit the pants walk again, are they? No, it's okay. So they're now on other moon base Alpha. Alpha 2. What do we? Moon base Beta? That would work.
Beta, yeah. Let's call it that.
So they're on moon base Beta. And it looks like our house after the kids have had a party.
Oh, God, it's tidier than that.
So there's analog clocks on the floor. There's bits of shit dangling everywhere. It's a complete disaster.
Are we having a party tomorrow night?
No.
Child plus friend.
No. So look at Moonbase, the main mission.
Oh, it's all devastated.
The only thing that remains is Koenig's chair.
Oh my gosh.
Which is obviously symbolic, isn't it?
It is.
So Moonbase Beta is a shit tip.
The way they have the chair in the middle and cream and facing them is actually quite spooky.
So this is important. So there's no computers left on the wall.
Apart from that one clock.
So why would there be no computers left on the wall?
If somebody had pilfered them.
Well, yeah, there's no equipment, is there? There's nothing in the middle either. So
because that's not an explosion, because there isn't debris from them, so they've been taken.
There's wires coming out of the wall.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought? Yeah, wires. So once again, looking at it, they love a window shot, don't they? In this,
yeah.
You know, it's set on the moon base. Oh.
And there's an eagle crash landed. It's got like soil. Oh my God, is there someone in that?
Well, there's certainly a uniform, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's Simmons.
Oh no!
Spoilers. Well, if you listen to this out of order, tough. Okay, we can't accommodate everybody, can we? You know?
I mean, it's not the best thing to listen to out of order, really, because although there's not a real order to them, as has been said to me by my beloved husband, that there's no real order.
If after 50 years they don't know that Simmons is dead, well, he's dead.
Yeah.
All right, I give up. It's like the ending of Planet of the Apes. You know, if you don't know that it's a Statue of Liberty, then yeah. So anyway, so John is prying open the door of one of this crashed eagle, and there's two. Are they dead
pilots.
People? Yeah, I don't know what they are.
But they've just given each other a sort of meaningful look.
Well, whatever it is either empty or dead. I mean, you've got to be honest. No, I'm not sure what they're expecting there.
And he's busy wiping the helmet at the front, like you would a window to see in it.
Oh, and it says Carter, Alan. Yeah. Okay.
But Alan's with him. Oh.
Well, that says what?
Koenig,
yes.
So it's not egg, it's egg.
Koenig. Anyway, so now they're back at proper Moonbase Alpha, and they're going to do an autopsy on the Moonbase Beta, Koenig and Alan.
This is all very strange.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Good lighting, though.
Very good lighting. Is this the autopsy room? Do you remember it from the last
Yeah,
episode?
I do.
One of the autopsy room.
Autopsy room?
Do you know who I was thinking of when we watched it the first time around?
Who?
With the autopsy room. This is where you need her from the X-Files, isn't it?
Scully.
With a dictaphone going, and it's a body, and it's this, and it's lacerations on the upper vertebrae, and all that. Who's Scully?
Scully?
Dana Scully.
Dana Scully.
She'd be good in this, wouldn't she?
Oh, she would.
Yeah, she'd be saying, it's not aliens, even though there's aliens in every single episode.
And do you know what she doesn't do, though?
What?
Take any shit.
No. So, there we go. So, Helena's saying that did I 5 years ago. Space vacuum, as opposed to
The non-space vacuum.
Dyson. Hot points.
Facts.
Yeah. Asda own make. So they're putting the pieces together. So as I say, although this is a weirdy episode, it is quite straightforward. So, Oh, Operation Exodus! So this is your 6th episode. This is the 3rd time they've done Operation Exodus.
I know.
I told you you'd hear a lot of it.
They do it all the time.
They pack their bags an awful lot in Space 1999.
Why don't they just leave them packed?
They probably do, actually. It's like when the fire alarm goes off at work for the 4th time in the day, you're like, oh, whatever's, you know.
There's no fire.
If I see some smoke, I'll do something about it.
Yeah. If it gets a bit hot. So he is doing something with a calculator.
Victor Bergman, yes, he's doing something with a calculator. Yeah. Somebody was whistling, did you hear it?
That was not you.
No? Yeah, that's what everyone wants to hear on a podcast, isn't it? He whistled. Oh, it's him?
Oh, it's don't tell me. It's Carnu.
Oh, no, it was Victor that was whistling.
Oh.
But yes, it is Carnu. And they've got the deli counter ticket again.
So this podcast is essentially me learning the names.
Is that it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Victor's saying that the 2 moons are going to collide. So they need to get off that moon.
Well, they need to be away generally from the other moon if they're going to collide.
Yes, that's what you're saying. So they need to get down to Earth ASAP. So Operation Exodus needs to get a rig along.
But is the rest of the series not still them on the moon base, or is it them on this new Earth? You're not going to tell me.
No, I'm not. Mm-hmm. Well, didn't they land on Earth 2 episodes ago? The Tomato Planet. Remember that?
Was that meant to be Earth?
No, but it was meant to be, they were doing this whole Exodus thing for that, weren't they?
I still worry about the type of tomatoes you were fed.
They saw a parrot, drank some water, and all had to bugger off again, didn't they? You know, because they all died and exploded.
Including her husband.
Yes, and her hair. No, her hair was immaculate. Let's be honest. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yes, they need to get a wiggle on.
Sandra looks concerned.
She does. Yeah. Will there be bras on the new Earth? This is what Sandra's thinking of.
Who knows?
Will there be Debenhams?
There's not a Debenhams now.
Is there not?
Debenhams is gone.
Oh, God. Oh, up-to-date current affairs type thing.
When did you last go to Debenhams?
Oh, I'm not a Debenhams person, let's be honest.
I don't know if it's still online or not, but there aren't any shops.
Primark and that's it.
Or at least there aren't any shops in our area.
So Alan is now on Earth, or travelling over Earth with his spaceship, and he's found some habitations. So we're on a set now, aren't we?
There's some dead trees. Yeah. There's a big plank of wood.
Mm-hmm. You'd like that wood.
Wood.
Yeah, that's your type of wood.
It almost looks like driftwood.
So here he goes.
Make
Alan.
a good candle holder out of that.
Who we got? Alan, Helena, and
John.
Right. Okay. But they were dead in the other shit, weren't they? Do you think they got paid twice for this episode?
Well, you would hope so.
Seeing as they've been in it technically twice.
Well, they're playing 2 characters.
Yeah. They up the fee.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay.
What do you think they got as a fee?
Oh, I don't know. So, we're going off the spaceship now, aren't we? Yeah. Bit of forced perspective there. That's probably about 2 inches wide, that spaceship.
Yeah, so they're on the planet now and they're moving through...
Spooky forest.
Yeah, spooky forest. And all of the trees, it's obviously winter because they're all leafless and dead.
Is it winter or is it a nuclear winter?
Well, there's no snow. It appears that there is habitation. There's a light on in a dwelling.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's in the job.
And there's an aerial that looks like a big aerial, maybe.
Oh, there's one of them hexagonal storage pod things.
Yeah.
Which the community placed on top of the house or whatever it is.
And there's hexagonal or septagonal or whatever greenhouse things. There's a Jedi Master.
Jedi burgers in there. Oh, that's so Obi-Wan in the original Star Wars, that isn't it?
It is. There is a Jedi Master.
I don't remember having a droid.
It's R2 goes.
So Victor 2, Jedi Victor. We're going to call him Jedi Victor.
Jedi Victor.
Jedi
fine.
Victor has a telescope, but he's used his telescope to realise there's 2 moons. He's looking up at the sky going, why is there 2
He
moons?
looks awfully puzzled.
Yes, he's now going to get his telescope out to look at 2 moons.
How has he got that telescope?
Well, because they stripped the moon base of
And he-
all the gear.
Yeah,
And I'm assuming there was a telescope on the moon base.
and he's made a greenhouse.
Mhm.
I mean, it doesn't look like basil in there. What's he growing?
Basil, the makeup person. So he's used his telescope to look at the moon. That's actually quite a nice shot, that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why they've got a microscope thing on top of the telescope, I don't know. But
Well, you know all about telescopes.
Exactly. That's not how you do it. But they, in season 2, they turn the telescopes into a space laser, so that's another story.
A laser.
A laser.
And I did that with quotation marks.
Air quotes,
Austin
yes.
Powers style.
So Victor 2, Jedi Victor has spotted original John now.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
And then there's
Alan and
Helena.
Helena are being more covert around the outside.
Mhm.
Appearing in the window, which makes me think a little bit of Yoda's hut.
It is, yes. It's Yoda's hut, but just for
Yeah.
normal people.
Yeah. Oh, Sandra's in there. She's
That's
making stew.
Sandra 2.
Sandra too. Beta
Yes.
Sandra.
And who's this?
Beta Helena.
Yes, Helena 2. Oh, we beta Helena and beta Sandra. Is that
Yeah.
what we're doing? There's Alpha Helena. So we get a bit of Back to the Future now, don't we? Because obviously they can't interact with each other, see each other, that sort of thing, can they? Yeah. So Alan's basically gesturing to Alpha Helena. You shouldn't look through the window.
Yeah, not to
so
look.
taking a leaf out of Koenig's book, what does she do?
She looks.
She looks, yes. And obviously that's going to go well, isn't it?
And she looks much more like.
Do you think when John finds out he's going to think threesomes?
Oh, they've seen each other. They've seen each other.
So her hair's not immaculate there, is it?
No, you know what she reminds me of there?
What?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Is that Michelle Pfeiffer from the normal Earth or Michelle Pfeiffer from the duplicate Earth?
Duplicate.
So here's Paul with a beard.
Mhm.
So beta Paul with a beard.
Mm-hmm.
So they've all sort of just done it. So Victor's not Beta Victor, Jedi Victor's now going to tell the story.
Oh, my head.
Yes.
Never existed. Perhaps we have yet to be born.
Victor likes the story.
But apart from us, it's empty now.
Gone.
So there's only them on the earth.
Civilization once
Yeah.
flourished here. Another Atlantis, perhaps.
Now what?
Basically, this is the Earth in the future. So when the moon went tits up, it did cause loads and loads of problems.
Earthquakes, tsunamis, the lot.
And somehow,
Oh, there are children?
somehow they have gone back to the Earth with all the gear, but it's in the future.
So the time travels.
They've time travelled. So basically what they've done, they've gone to a future Earth. So original Moonbase Alpha has gone forward. You know, we went through that space warpy thing.
Yeah.
So they've gone to the future, and they've happened across the future Earth, which has got the original Moonbase people on it, but it's after the original moon went. And so that's why it's all the landscape's all horrible and it's all sort of stricken, and there was only California left that was habitable because the moon leaving caused earthquakes. And
It would obviously be
volcanoes
California,
and
wouldn't
stuff
it?
like that. Well, obviously, yes.
It wouldn't be Grimsby.
Plus, to be honest, this isn't a lot at Pinewood Studios, is it? You know, this is definitely California. You can almost smell it, can't you? You know.
You can smell the sand.
So what they're basically saying. So the problem is that John's dead, Alan's dead, Regina's dead. So Regina's now dead in both worlds because that's why she went doolally. Because as soon as they did their space warpy type thing, Regina sort of went a bit crazy because she didn't exist in this universe, this existence, this plane.
I see.
And then they've got a bit of a problem because they've got two Helenas, but they've only got one John, they've only got one Alan, they've got two Victors. Victor's still off on the moon, obviously. So this is Victor telling the story about how they just about clung on and managed to set up a civilization with what they had left.
He's made a banging there. Crop of roses, though.
You know, if I'd landed on a desolate planet and I had a very limited amount of resources and time to set things up to keep things going, I wouldn't grow roses.
Well, you wouldn't, would you?
I'd grow tomatoes.
Potatoes.
Yeah. Cucumbers.
A good staple food.
Yeah. I'd start raising livestock. That
So
sort
yeah,
of
some
thing.
peppers and courgettes.
So here's Regina's grave.
Daffodils? Why did they
Have
get
you seen
daffodils?
the second name though?
I can't see for the Carter.
So they obviously got married in beta life.
Which is why in alpha life she was wanting him.
Yeah. Alan's like, I don't really like blondes, you know.
I prefer the redheads.
Yeah. So Paul with a beard, he's quite strict
He
in
looks
this
a bit
episode.
like Jesus,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
He's basically telling him to fuck off.
Mm.
Paul's saying, you lot don't belong here. I don't want you here. Can you go, please?
I mean, that's a little bit unfriendly. Oh, there's a loom. There's a
Mhm.
loom.
That's very practical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Helen has been looming.
That noise, if you heard it, ladies and gentlemen, was Thomas the cat.
And not you pouring cider.
I did not pour cider.
So now Helena 1 and Helena 2 are going to meet each other. What would you do in this situation?
I don't know.
You'd say your hair looks nice. I remember when I had hair like that.
I might think if I was Alpha Helena, I might think do something with your hair.
On a serious point, the camera work here is really good for 1975.
Yeah, because
It's
they're talking to each
good.
other.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Hmm. Can I borrow your brush? Can I have your makeup? Yeah. Oh, they got the chessboard thingy out, haven't they? Playing drafts.
Hey, you've got to keep yourself busy.
So the problem is that they both like John, and her John's still alive, and the other one is dead. So they're gonna have a bit of a problem, aren't they?
Well, no, Alpha John has to prioritise Alpha Helena.
Yeah, but that will break the other Helena's heart.
Well, that's tough shit.
Oh God, you're brutal.
You're brutal.
You call me being brutal. Oh dear. Right. So basically, she's now. You know how I've said that Helena has had a rough trot.
Yeah.
She dies now.
Beta one.
Yeah. So she's basically said, because you're here now, I don't have a function anymore. I don't have a job. You've got your job. I've got nobody, so I'm going to die.
What, over a bloke? No offence, love, but over a bloke.
I told you she gets an absolute mauling in these first few episodes.
Who the Helena?
And I hadn't realised it.
So, how does she die?
Oh, she's seen John for the first time. Oh, she thought he was dead and now he's not and stuff.
Like, did they set a pack of wolves on her or something?
Oh, no. That's in Space 1999, isn't it? You know.
Oh,
Poor Jedi Helena.
I know.
Mm. So this is where it's the first time in season 1 where it's absolutely stated there's things going on between these two.
Right.
Because this makes no sense if they hate each other, does it?
Well, even if they're just acquaintances, it makes no sense.
Yeah. So this is the first time it's actually sort of shown
It's
that.
clearly more than friendship.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. And she's like wants a kiss off the other one.
Yeah, well, I don't do that with my friends.
No, exactly. So that's almost in the worst way possible. Via her dying, it shows John that actually there is feelings and what have you. So yeah, but it's really subtle, and I think like
It wasn't subtle.
7-year-old boy watching this on the black and white telly wouldn't get this.
Mm.
So
Oh no.
that's the end of Helena Beta.
Bye, Helena Beta.
Because Helena Beta just assumes that Helena Alpha's going to settle down now and become a farmer or farmer's wife or whatever it was.
I guess she doesn't.
They were doing that. Yeah. So, yes.
They need to get back on their moon base and...
Mm-hmm. So, although it's a weird and wacky episode, it is easy to follow, isn't it, this one?
Yeah.
It's not like the Black Sun one, where 1 minute they're gorillas, the next minute they're at a 70s working man's club.
And they're holding hands now, Alpha,
Yeah.
John and Helena.
And his Paul's going to lay down the law now. He says, I have a beard now, so I have authority.
He's busy saying they're not welcome, isn't he?
Yes, and Computer Carnu, who obviously isn't Computer Carnu anymore.
Because there's no computer.
Goodbye.
And what all of us.
Yeah. Bye.
No choice but to come down here. If we don't evacuate that moon, we'll all perish.
You cannot do it, Commander. We have children, a future. We will not let you destroy it.
Sandra's got very different hair in this, hasn't
Yeah.
she?
Exactly what you had to start. Go back to your own place. There's nothing for any of you.
So can they move their moon?
Destruction. Oh,
No.
there's no time to argue this out.
They have to go back to the moon and just see what happens. Oh, fisticuffs. Oh, there's Victor. Victor being the wise one.
Jedi Victor.
Yes. I'd like to tell you a tale about the Jedi Knights.
Where did they get the robes?
Yeah, why are they wearing robes? I mean, like, it works, but why aren't they just wearing their old uniforms?
I mean, they must have a draft around the
Oh.
gonads.
Peter Helena had a loom, but she can only do one thing.
She can make robes.
She can only make robes. Yeah, that's it. She can't do anything else.
Where should get the wool?
They took the threads off the embroidery from the last stuff. I don't know.
She's unravelled all of the other costumes.
Right, so Victor's worked out the science that they need to go back to the moon. Then when the moons collide, they won't really collide. They'll just one will stay and one will go.
One will go back to its own
Yeah.
time.
But they've got to trust him, haven't they?
But he would trust his own Victor, so surely he would
Yeah.
trust Beta Victor.
Victor's such a good character. Victor doesn't really get his own episodes in this, and it's a shame because he is a really good character because he's dead down to earth and he's like, you know.
I think he kind of has his moment here.
Mm-hmm. Because the show was so orientated about the married couple that the secondary characters very rarely got space to breathe.
So do you think they dominated it a lot?
Definitely, yeah. So Helena Alpha is persuading John to go back, and they're going back in the spaceship, and that's them off they go.
The sky's very yellow, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they've had an ecological disaster, haven't they? So they're just trying to do the best they can from that.
And they are going to need more than 2 children if they want to repopulate the planet.
Of course. So now the moons are about to collide, and
That
the
one's
Eagle's on its
moving
way.
very fast.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and John and everybody's not happy, but Helena's got some roses.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
It is. We like Helena and her roses, don't we?
Yeah. And they are orange.
Orange. Yeah. You've definitely come across something here. I've not heard it mentioned anywhere about the colour orange. I just noticed it, but I didn't realise it was such a big part.
But have you watched Don't Look Now, the film?
Mm-hmm.
In that film, if you look, all of the colour, it's practically black and white except for the colour red.
Okay.
If you watch it. But you don't notice because there's just enough other colours. But yeah, red is very dominant. Oh, the moons are just about it. There they go.
Yeah. So the space disco's back, isn't it?
Yeah. They have collided but not collided. It's as if they're passing through each other.
Yeah, exactly right, that, isn't it? Yeah. Paul is now beardless.
He is.
Yeah. We like beardless Paul.
So they're exactly on top of each other now, the moons. It's like a total eclipse almost, where the sun's completely covered.
Epilogue.
Oh, epilogue already?
Yeah. You know, they use real pictures of the moon for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use stuff off NASA and whatever. So Computer Corner is the first one to sort of come to. And for somehow he's on the mezzanine. He's not on the downstairs
floor.
bit. Yeah. Yeah. He's not in the snug.
Well, I've never seen her before.
No, me neither. Probably won't again, but yes. So they're all looking out at space charts in the view screen thingy-majig. Yes.
Helena's saying it's over.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the others made it. If they survived.
Well, it depends on whether somebody else could work the loom, because Helena's dead,
Oh,
wasn't
I
she?
know. Now who's going to do it?
Did they have a secondary loom person?
So Alpha Alan is wondering if they made it, and Alpha Helena is admiring her roses.
Yeah. And that's it.
And that's the episode.
Yeah. So that, as I say, that it's quite a good balance between the wacky philosophical stuff
I like
and
that.
the sort of straightforward storytelling. Even though it's not exactly a straightforward story, you wouldn't like to tell it to a 6-year-old, would you?
No.
Yeah. Who's on makeup?
You,
Basil did the
it
makeup.
was
Basil did the Regina special effects. Good old Basil. We do like Basil. Yes. So another time, another place.
A very
Yeah.
good episode.
It was good. I like seeing the characters as normal people.
Yeah.
That's the big reflection of that, is that although there was only like 5 minutes of it, because it was right at the end, it was quite nice to see the characters actually be, farming and doing all the other sort of stuff. Whilst they were still themselves, they'd obviously evolved their characters to actually be, homemakers, for want of a
Well,
better
they had
word.
to be, didn't they?
And that was quite a nice way of doing it. So I thought that's a really sort of mature, grown-up episode. There wasn't any monsters or aliens or special
No.
effects or anything like that. It was just a really sort of nice, adult, grown-up story.
It was about seeing what would have happened if they had gone back to Earth after the...
Or what happened to the Earth, basically.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean about, he does a few of these. I don't know if you remember, but just before Christmas I was watching Doppelganger, or Journey to the Far Side of the Sun, which is a film where, and it's another Jerry Anderson one, and it's a live action one, they discover that there's an exact copy of the Earth on the other side of the sun.
I'm afraid I don't
But when they
remember.
visited it, everything was the wrong way round. So like the writing was back to front, and
Okay.
the hearts were in the wrong place and stuff like that.
I understand.
And it was a very simple idea, and somehow they managed to spin a movie out of it. It's sort of, you could take 10 minutes to do the plot. And it's not the last of these type of episodes where it's like, if this had happened, and, if my auntie had been my uncle, and,
Yeah.
was it my auntie that had wheels? That was the one I found out the other day.
Your
If my
auntie
auntie
had
if my auntie
wheels?
had had wheels, she would have been a bicycle, So
Oh, no.
it's not quite as subtle as What If, is it?
No.
Or that sort of thing. So it is quite a lot of fun to sort of see them there. And obviously, like, Helen died in that one. As I was saying, Helena died, and she gets getting all these kickings. So 6 episodes.
And
Apart from the first one, she has had horrible experiences in every single one.
And at first, when we first started watching them, sort of episodes 1 and 2, I thought to myself, I'm not going to like her. And I thought she was a bit up our own backside.
Bottom.
Yeah. But now I really feel for her. I see a little bit more in her.
I've got to admit, I've really sort of changed my opinion on her rewatching it now. I've really warmed to her character.
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for her. And she's like she spends every episode just keeping it together.
And I know that there's obviously other women. There's Sandra and this Audrey person.
How can you forget Tanya? No.
But,
do you know many Tanyas?
No.
No, well, there you go.
I did know one at university. I went to one of the balls with her.
Tanya's balls.
Dear. But she's like the main female character amongst a whole bunch of male lead characters.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't get the kicking that she gets. Her character really gets it.
Well, you'd be pleased to know John gets a kicking in the next one.
Good.
So
it's
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
And it's a very much a role reversal one, the next one, where John is the one who has to sort of, sort himself out and make sacrifices and all this other sort of stuff as well. Like that. So, and it's another colossal guest star episode one, next one. And we know how much we like these colossal guest star
What
episodes.
is it like? I don't know who's old enough. Is it Sean Connery?
He'd have been so good. Yes, Helena. Yes, Helena. She cannot stir. That would be brilliant. That if Sean was in it. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to say yes,
it's not.
There's no Sean Connery in Space 1999. But to be honest, if he popped up, you wouldn't be surprised at all, would you? So that's really cool. So what's your rating then? So we did last one with Earthbound, and you gave that an 8, didn't you?
I'm gonna give this another 8.
Another 8?
Yeah.
Wow.
I really liked it, and exactly what you said. I liked seeing how they made homes and how they made a homestead for everybody
Mm-hmm.
and how they brought the children into it, and this is what it would be like if we had not been blown out of orbit and we had gone back to Earth. And I really liked that it brought, even really briefly, interview the relationship between John and Helena. I thought that was a really nice moment, and it was very brief.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was nice because a lot of it is very straight up and down, isn't it? It's like if you imagine a program as a drawing, this is very angular, right angles, 45 degrees angles. It's very straight. There's no fluidity to it. And I think that little brief moment just gave it a little bit of fluidity, which was very nice.
Oh, that's lovely. You know, the other thing, we didn't swear much in that episode.
I don't think there was
And I think that's why, because it was quite engrossing and quite interesting, and it wasn't just, you know, who's that silly idiot?
Yeah, who's that for?
Yeah. I think the only thing I could do was Paul's beard, you know.
That was a beard.
And I got that out of the way pretty early. Well, it's the thing you used to do in Star Trek. So when they wanted an evil character, they would just put a beard on him.
Oh,
so
really?
Spock gets a beard in one episode because he's his evil twin.
Spock with a beard?
It's like a mirror episode, so he meets his evil twin or something.
Oh,
like. Actually, no,
no.
they're all evil. The entire crew are evil, but Spock has the beard.
Spock with an evil twin.
Yeah, and he looks like Genghis Khan or something like that. So you could tell that. So I've got a really, really good question for you for this episode.
Please.
So we're making this now. Now we're doing it now, right?
As in the 12th of April.
We're going to make
2024.
We have an infinite budget and we have infinite facilities, right? Who do you cast as John and Helena?
Oh,
Anybody you want. You can. I know who I would cast. But
as John,
yes.
I am going to cast.
And this is April 2024, just in case somebody pulls this up out of a time capsule in 100 years' time.
April 2024.
Because of course this podcast is going to be saved for, you know, like when they save films for posterity, you know.
Oh, you know that they put those pods in the ground.
Yeah,
is that what you
mean?
mean?
Yeah. They're obviously going to save this podcast out of everything else on the internet.
I am going to cast Rob Stark.
Rob Stark.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know the actor's name though.
I know who you mean. Yeah, so I'll go and Google that while you cast the female character.
So yeah, I'm casting Rob Stark as John.
Mm-hmm.
And as Helena, I am going to cast...
He's Scottish, I know that much. He was in Bodyguard, actually. He was really good as well, wasn't he?
I watched that, it was good.
Yeah, he's got 2 Bs as well in Rob. That's a good start, isn't it?
Oh. So he is... It must have the actor's name somewhere.
Oh no, Wikipedia. It's great radio, this.
First appearance, last appearance, created by...
Richard Madden. There we go. So you're having Richard Madden as John.
I am, and I think, I mean, the same female I would cast in any role.
Who?
Scarlett.
Scarlett. That's such a good. I need to CGI this. Actually, I'm going to write this down. I'm going to get me Stable Diffusion out, and I'm going to do this.
Just for clarification, that is Scarlett Johansson.
You want Rob Stark, and you want ScarJo.
ScarJo.
I think that's a really good combination. And it's so different to mine.
What is yours?
So I'm Benedict Cumberbatch for John.
Yum.
He would be brilliant at that because he could do all that range of emotions and stuff like that. And I don't think he needs a wig either, which is the other thing that's really handy about that.
Yeah. And
then the other person, Margot Robbie.
Oh yeah.
Margot Robbie for the Helena character.
I think she would be good as well.
So shall we for the next episode? Should we CGI it and put it on social media?
Yeah,
or something
let's.
Like that? So what did I do? I did Benny and I did Margot Robbie. Yeah.
And just out of interest, very randomly, my smartwatch has just randomly sent me a lot of information about Benedict Cumberbatch without either me or Colin asking it to do so.
Well, in Space 1999, that never happens. So that's really good.
There's actually an awful lot of information it's sent, which was very random. So there you go.
So the thing about that, 3 out of 4 of them were in the Marvel universe. So so there's obviously there's obviously a sci-fi fantasy element to this, isn't there?
There is, and Rob Stark was in quite the fantasy epic, wasn't he?
What Game of Thrones? Yeah, but he was in Eternals, which you don't like. So
he was in Eternals. Obviously, Scarlet is the Black Widow. We've got Doctor Strange. And Margot Robbie was Margot Robbie was
Barbie. Well-known Marvel superhero.
But she was DC though, wasn't she? She was
she's Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn, yeah.
So Harley Quinn a superhero? Anyway,
villain. She's a super villain.
That's another story entirely. So our next episode is The Missing Link.
The Missing Link.
And without giving you any plot whatsoever, Koenig becomes a fuck toy.
A what?
A fuck toy.
Why do you say these things?
So anyway, thank you very much for everybody who's listened so far.
And also apologies.
And I will find a way of getting that onto the internet, where we've got the characters cast as different people.
The interweb.
And if anybody has their own suggestions, this is the first time I'm going to invite people to contribute.
How cool.
If anybody has their own suggestions, I'd be very, very pleased to hear it. And I'm sure that Katie would as well, because then we can always CGI this up, and we can always see what they look like as well. But the only rule is it has to be from now.
Yeah, current actors and actresses, because it's going to be filmed now.
Let's see what it is. And you never know. Somebody in like MGM Studios or Disney may take one look at our social media posts and go, they're onto something here.
Ooh.
Because they have tried a couple of times to reboot this and got nowhere with it. So maybe we're just the straw that breaks the camel's back.
We're the catalyst they've been waiting for.
Yeah, so, and I'm sure they come cheap, don't they? Benedict and Margot and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I mean, Scarjo.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I haven't seen Rob Stark in much lately, so maybe we can get him on the cheap.
Yeah, maybe.
But the other 3, we might be struggling a little bit, so you never know. But thank you so much for listening. And yes, look forward to episode 7.
Yes.
The Missing Link.
Thank you, Colin.
Thank you very much.
Bye.